Pastor Jamal Bryant, the Bible says you're a whole ass hypocrite, bruh. You're a hypocrite, you foul, you wrong, you out of pocket, you a lame, you a simp, you a panda bear ass preacher, and you a coward. And that's real talk. Boss. I'm a boss. Big boss, and you know it's real talk. See, the words say in Matthew chapter 7, verse 15, red letters in the words of Jesus, talking about preachers, pastors, ministers, reverends, basically false prophets. Jesus says, Matthew chapter 7, verse 15. Jesus says, verse 15, beware of false prophets, which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves. False prophets, false preachers, fake preachers come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly, on the inside, they ravening wolves. Jesus said, you shall know them by their fruits. Do men gather grapes of thorns or figs of thistles? 17. Even so, every good tree bringeth forth good fruit, but a corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit. 18. A good tree cannot bring forth evil fruit, neither can a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit. 19. Every tree that bringeth forth not good fruit is hewn or cut down and cast into the fire. Wherefore by their fruits ye shall know them. By their fruits you shall know them. Fruits meaning their actions. Meaning you're going to know them by their actions. What kind of actions have this Pastor Jamal Bryant had? Supposed to be a pastor preaching over churches, but he's getting his church members pregnant. Okay? We have at least 2 instances where this pastor has sleeping with the women and got 2 of them pregnant. And as we know, biology, most of the time, when you have sex, you're not going to be shooting 100%, right? Every woman you have sex with, you don't get pregnant. So those is the 2 that got pregnant. How many other that he slept with that didn't get pregnant? Got pregnant, kept the baby, and all the shit. So here it is, you making single mothers. Literally got women pregnant with the baby daddy, and you married. Okay? You out here creating single mothers. Kevin Samuels is trying to help single mothers. Now, yes, he was helping by giving them some real talk. You know, real talk for their mind, to get their mind right, because a lot of them was in delusion. They was in delusion, but Kevin Samuels did not say nothing false. He did not lie. So whether, you know, some females got in their feelings and they didn't like the delivery and they felt the delivery or the tone was harsh, he didn't say nothing wrong. He didn't say, he did not lie. Kevin Samuels was telling truth. Kevin Samuels was speaking more truth than your ass. He did not tell him nothing wrong. He asked him their dress size, their height, their weight, how many kids they got, ain't got no man, but expecting they want to get a damn millionaire, or at least somebody making $200,000-300K a year, and they barely making $50K a year. He did not say nothing wrong. What you doing, you pandering to the women in your church, you pandering for money. You trying to get a bag. You need to stay off YouTube and just preach to your flock. You sitting there getting women in your church pregnant, you creating single mothers. You took over the church of Eddie Long Church, and we know what Eddie Long was known for. Eddie Long was messing with boys. He was messing with the young men of his church. Okay? Taking the young men of his church on lavish vacations, sex vacations, and the church was paying for it. And now you over that church. So I guess what? That's one step up. At least you not sleeping with the men. You sleeping with the women, getting women pregnant. You got a whole ass wife. You got a wife, okay? But now you getting other women pregnant, messing them up, Now, when they go get a husband, they got baggage already. So you basically messing them up from getting a good man. Because a lot of good men is not going to take them serious because they come into the situation with kids already, sired by a damn pastor. It was very interesting when Jesus was on earth. The most smoke Jesus had was always with church leaders. Why is that? Here it is, we're talking about Jesus Christ. The most smoke, most beef, most drama Jesus had. Jesus was always toe-to-toe, arguing, going back and forth with these pastors, with these reverends, with these bishops. Jesus was always going back and forth with church leaders. The one time that we saw Jesus upset, and you could say lost it or flipped, was at the market. Actually, it wasn't really a market, it was the church. It was outside of the church. They turned it into a market. Why? Trying to get money, trying to get the bag. Here it is, you're supposed to be a house of worship, but you guys done turned into a den of thieves. Have ATMs right there in the lobby. Only thing you preaching for is more money, so you can get you a new limousine, a new private jet, and all this old kind of stuff. You fleecing your flock for money. Jesus saw that on earth thousands of years ago. Supposed to be a house of worship, but you guys out there just worried about trying to make money. Jesus flipped them tables over. So you are a hypocrite. You are just preaching to the women, and you just trying to get the bag. Stay your ass off YouTube and just worry about your flock. Preach about your flock. Stop getting your church members pregnant. You have so much smoke to say against Kevin Samuels after he dead. That's very cowardly. You didn't say none of this while he was alive. You didn't want that heat. You didn't want that smoke. You know, he had 1.3 million subscribers. You didn't want that smoke. But after he dead, then you come out the woodwork. This is why a lot of men is not in church now. That's why church is full of women. A lot of men is not in church now behind stuff like this. So you are wrong. You are foul. You supposed to be a man of God. You supposed to be godly. Then you need to focus on the word. Stop trying to be relevant and be tapped into everything on social media, everything on YouTube to include that in your sermon, thinking you slick. Just preach the word. It's not cool. Not cool at all. Anyway, like what Omarion said, Omarion, he made that tweet. Omarion said, it's sad when people can't respect the family after losing a loved one. He's no longer here, talking about Kevin Samuels. Why add insult to injury? What about the people that love him, like his mom? They got to see this or hear about it. This is disgusting and whack as fuck. Regardless of his views, he didn't kill nobody. We all need to have more compassion. This is why I don't attend these fake places of worship. Respectfully. That's what I'm saying. You a lot of you pastors, you do God a disservice. You turn people off of church. Especially men. Just so you can pander to your women folk. Because we know women are emotional. Women love their pastors. Sometimes physically and intimately. Women love their pastors. And shower them with money and stuff like that. And basically a lot of you pastors and preachers are pimps. Prosperity pimps. Pandering to the female's emotion. Before I get up out of here, the Bible also says in Matthew 23, going into the word, Matthew 23, verse 13. The hypocrisy of the scribes and Pharisees. And scribes and Pharisees are basically, they were the leaders. They were the church leaders at the time. These were your bishops and your reverends. The scribes and Pharisees were the church leaders. And Jesus says this, but woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for ye shut up the kingdom of heaven against men. And it's funny, it says men. It don't even say women. It says men. For ye shut up the kingdom of heaven against men. A lot of men say they don't go to church now. behind preachers like you. A lot of men say they don't go to church because of preachers like you. Jesus says, you shut up the kingdom of heaven against men. For ye neither go in yourself, so you not even going to go to heaven. For you neither go in yourself, neither suffer ye them that are entering to go in. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, he said again. For ye devour widows' houses. Yeah, you devour widows' houses because you take these women's money, and a lot of the times you guys are making single mamas. You sleeping with the women, getting them pregnant. So you really devour women's houses. You preachers are sleeping with the female church members. Some of you preachers are sleeping with the men. You're devouring widows' houses, and for apprenticedness make long prayer, and therefore ye shall receive greater damnation. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For you compass sea and land to make one proselyte, meaning trying to get one church member, one convert. And when he is made, you make him twofold more the child of hell than yourself. So when you finally get that one young guy, impressionable young man to come into the church, you make him twice the son of hell. And when he leave up out of there, he said, I ain't never going back. Woe unto you blind guys, which say, yeah, I'm not going to keep getting into all that, but that's the word. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, bossy boss. Yeah, bossy boss. Yeah, I have a biblical background, okay? And I'm going to leave it at that. But yeah, that shit was wrong. Pastor Jamal Bryant, you Panda Bear ass fake preacher to talk down on a dead man who's gone, who's passed. He can't defend himself. You had nothing to say when he was alive. But after he's dead, then you want to get on there and you want to talk down on a real guy. And all you doing is pandering to them females in your church. Stay yourself up off of YouTube and worry about your church. That's what it is. Anyway, big boss, real talk.